Obviously, there have been so many wonderful books and articles out there in the past few years which translate either behavioral economics or psychology or neuroscience into accessible language. What this book does, I would say, is that it really takes the translation one step further, not just to explain the science in a way that people can understand, but to say, what do you actually do differently as a result? How do you run a meeting differently? How do you plan your day differently as a result of all of this? So one example is, I bet a lot of people have heard of the fact that when we're feeling defensive, our brain launches a fight or flight response. Well, first of all, science has advanced. We know that actually there's also a freeze response that goes along with the fight or flight response. But also then, what does that mean that you do differently when you're facing challenging work? It turns out that your brain, when it's on the defensive, becomes slightly dumber because it's diverting some mental energy to protecting yourself instead of thinking through the problem at hand. You're in a meeting. Everyone's a bit stressed because something's going wrong. Very easy to go straight to the problem and say, how do we fix this? But if you actually first start by saying, when did we handle this well in the past? And what does that tell us? Or what's the ideal situation and how do we move towards that? You take people out of a defensive frame of mind, which allows them to think more clearly when you do get into the weeds of the topic at hand.